All right, ready for the theme?
Ready.
I'm not hearing it. Is it playing?
It was playing, but we're not hearing it either.
Okay. I don't need to hear the theme. I've heard the
I don't
theme
need
before.
to either, as long as
Chuck
I
might like it. I
really
don't know if he
trust
would.
that it's happening. Oh, he left.
And he's leaving. And I don't blame him. Okay.
Turning off my fireplace.
No, that's fine. And just in terms of the theme, Casey, are we going to try again, or are we just going to kind of say, like, forget the theme this week? Who needs it?
We had it for a second,
I don't, that, for my perspective,
and now we lost it.
Yeah. We done it. So this is, I think, Chuck, just so you know, episode like 635 or
Yeah.
something. And so what we're finding is they don't have the audio for the theme song, which is totally normal, totally fine.
At this stage in a podcast, like
600 of these? How many do you do a week?
Yeah, we do.
Oh no, sorry. That's 600 just of our main show.
Yeah, this show.
We also do a bonus show every week and a show about basketball.
Yeah, we do. So
Okay, wow. Okay.
Hey!
And we're back with Chuck Klosterman. The book is Footballs.
The book is football, and can I actually launch in just with a... Can I get the gripe of the week off my chest as long as we're talking about football? Is that okay with everybody?
It's okay with me. Okay with you, Chuck?
Go crazy.
Chuck, for me, it's the hypocrisy. For me, it's the hypocrisy. That's what's making me insane right now. In this day and age, in the world I'm raising my children in, for any journalist, nay, any human being, to behave as if they have not gone on a romantic vacation with Mike Vrabel, like, it's disgusting. And it's like, we all want to, any embattled figure, you know, we all want to pile on, right? It's not me, anyone but me. And we're going to just kick them while they're down. And it's, you know, for me to have to look my son Vrabel in the eye and try to explain to him that this kind of thing goes on and that people are just willing to pretend like, we all love football, right? We're all in the same place. We go to these stadiums. We're in the same hotel. You think nobody else got in the hot tub?
And Chuck, I noticed in the book you did not talk about the extramarital activities of Coach Vrabel. Is that because you were yourself conflicted out having, like, let's just say it, every single person in this room,
every single person here
participated yourself?
Just jumped down into the tub.
Did something happen with Mike Vrabel? Is this about the combine?
Oh, Chuck. Oh, sweetie, you've been on such a whirlwind press tour you haven't seen.
I kind of, I try to, I don't want to, dabble too much in the news. So I just,
the book is about old stuff largely.
Yeah. So like, something, what went on with Mike Vrabel? I mean, I thought he was a really underrated guy with the Titans. Seems he's having real success with the Patriots. Loved by the media generally. So what?
Really loved by the media. Yeah.
So is something, what's happening? What's happening?
So I don't want to be the one to bring this news. Hey, can you handle it?
Apparently kissing is illegal now.
Now you go to jail.
Apparently in Mr. Trump's America, you are not allowed to smooch, to
have affection, to show love, to express physically any kind of tenderness or warmth.
No canoodling anymore, I guess.
In this fascist state. Go ahead.
So this involves like Drake May, I'm guessing. What happened?
I hope Drake's been as busy as you are. I hope he hasn't seen any of this.
Or I hope if he has, he's been inspired by the idea that you can actually show love to, for example, multiple receivers, as he did this season, distributing the ball equally among his entire core and not just having one person that you could shoot it to.
That for the entire season going, okay, well, I guess, Stefan Diggs has the sacred ring, and then I can only throw to this one man because he's been here the longest or something. When there's other people who deserve to have it shot to them.
Mm-hmm. And we're back with Chuck Klosterman. The book is
Footballs.
What made you want to do about a football?
What made you say football?
What made me say football? Or why? I like that you're pluralizing it as well.
Yeah.
That's because obviously the game involves multiple balls.
It would be ridiculous to just talk about one.
For
Just
it to
one of-
only be one the whole
one
time.
football.
Think about how filthy it would be.
Well,
But let's play this out.
Yeah.
Is it kind of unfair? And this is what they said to Tom, right? Oh, this is a different footballs.
Yeah.
This is different.
They said it to Tom.
That's illegal too.
Mm-hmm. Too many footballs that he used.
So I guess what they want is you should just use the same footballs.
Let's have it be fair. Everyone has one football for the whole season. And if you don't take care of it, that's your fault.
So you're saying like one per game, one per
Nope.
team, or one for the league?
One per game, as in the game of footballs.
Oh, and they play the games one at a time? I was going to say each team gets a football. That's your football. When you're having a home game, you're in charge of it.
Not fair.
And if something goes wrong, that's on you.
They stagger the games.
Okay.
Obviously, they have to be either played in the same place,
Mhm.
as I would think should happen, and the footballs is just there, and that's where the footballs lives.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone gets it when it's their turns to get in. That is also for little kids.
Boy, that'd be a shame, wouldn't it, Chuck, if the most popular sport in America was teaching us about sharing and taking turns?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that'd be bad.
But Mike Vrabel's not allowed to do that.
That would be unfortunate, but
You just did it take too long, you think?
I just think this football idea you have is kind of intriguing me, because you think how valuable that football would be.
Oh my God.
You sell it,
Breaking in to steal the other team's football the night before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what Bill Belichick would have done.
Who better to ask the question? Oh, it's everyone thinks, oh, we use a different football for every single game and sometimes a bunch in the game. But what if we're wrong?
Yeah.
But what if we're wrong?
That's a great point. Great point. Well, you've given me a lot to think about here regarding the football itself, because I wrote this book about football, but I only spent a few pages on the actual ball.
Yeah, and you talk about
the shape of it. So it's like,
you talk about the sport, how it can only kind of get bigger and grow, and that's kind of the nature of it, and that's going to ultimately lead to its demise. But what if it became smaller in terms of just there was only one football? And whose version do you prefer, mine or Hayes's?
A version of what?
Well, so my idea is each team gets one football for the whole season if you lose your football. Hayes' idea is that there's actually only one football in the
world.
NFL.
In the world.
I think that is the one. That is the one I prefer.
Only one football in the world.
Because it would become such a sought after item, I mean, it'd be like and its future would be mean. I like the idea of all having. I mean, that's a lot of sharing.
Yeah, and my idea obviously was cannon fodder.
Yeah.
It was cannon fodder for me. I know Hayes is only one football in the world. That's obviously, the right choice, but I have to provide some cannon fodder. So you're making choices too on the show.
Now, going back to the book, it was sort of a revelation for me. What you taught me in the same way I remember reading you talk about Muhammad Ali and his influence on rapping years ago. In the same way, you sort of laid out the connection between Stewie the baby being the inspiration for the shape of the football.
Mm-hmm.
That the shape of his head was what originally inspired the football to be shaped like Stewie the baby.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about the Family Guy character. This is
Stewie the Family Guy character?
He was on Family Guy.
Yeah,
yes.
he's got his own show now, but he certainly was involved early on
now
in Family
that you mentioned
Guy.
it, he was. I had sort of forgotten that Stewie the baby was on Family Guy, but
where is he now?
Oh yeah. I mean, people forget. Huh?
Is there a spinoff or something? Is he has got a different show now? This baby?
Yeah,
The
I'd
baby
say
talks
so.
to the
Yeah,
dog.
Stewie's got a show with 2 season commitment. Yeah, so I'd say he's got his own show.
it's basically Family Guy is basically a distant memory at this point for
Mhm.
Stewie the baby. But Mike Vrabel's not allowed to do that. He's not allowed to.
Yeah, I was
spin
like,
it
no,
off.
Tom Brady got drafted by the Expos or whatever, but that's not how we think of him. It's not really how we think of him, is it?
No, that's true. That's true. We do not associate him with the Expos.
Yeah, I don't, yeah.
We're back with Chuck Klosterman. The book is Football's Chuck. We have a question. You were, of course, the ethicist.
Yes.
Answering
Do you recall this?
questions.
Yeah.
We have been trying since you were first the ethicist to get you on the show because we have so many questions for you.
The show, the
yeah.
world of the show is rife with moral quandaries.
That would be, I feel I haven't done this in a while, but I would love this. Go ahead.
I got a
One
feeling
last ride.
I got a feeling the muscles still work in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Where to begin?
Mm-hmm.
So let's, and we don't want to use real names in this.
Yeah,
obviously.
just it's sensitive for some people because they are real issues.
Say some men are on a podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that podcast is on a network.
Like a television network or like a podcast?
Well, they're filming it. But it is a podcast network primarily. But they've all got to do video now, don't they, Chuck?
Part of the computer network, just on the network of computers. Okay, sure. I can imagine this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the network, the face of the network, is a famous man.
Okay.
Who is friends with Pete Carroll from your book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And is in a movie.
Sure.
And another movie.
A dozen or so movies.
And another. And he has not done the men's podcast yet. And he has not been asked.
There's been a bit of an overture made. So let's say he has a shingle on the network that has a label.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's Big Money Players. And we are required to display this label promoting this brand.
Okay.
And yet this man, let's say he was in 2 movies called Anchorman. Does he have a moral obligation to appear on the show as a guest?
If he has time to literally do 2 movies that are both called Anchorman, does that suggest that he might have time to go on his old podcast?
I need to go to revisit the thing you mentioned earlier. He has not been asked, though. You said he has not. You've not asked this person to do this.
Now, I don't think I used the word overture correctly, but what was there was some sort of okay, good.
So like you said, this individual, whoever this, you were like around him, and you just mentioned like, hey, we have a podcast. We're always looking for guests.
No, we've never been around him. That's not part of our experience.
Never been around him. Okay, but you've never met the individual.
There's people who work with him.
Okay,
more directly
by choice, or are these like slaves? Are these employees? Like, what is their?
God, I've never asked.
And that could be a really interesting topic for the podcast. And it could explain the reluctance to participate.
There's certainly a power dynamic there where I think the general idea of there's a new podcast joining the network and it could be good for them to have you as a guest was maybe spoken aloud and immediately shut down.
But does the famous Anchorman have the obligation to take the initiative to appear on the show, even in a fun way where he just pops out sometimes, where it's a surprise, and he's just hanging out around the office?
Oh, hey, guys, yeah.
And we hang out after?
Imagine he just plopped down sort of in the corner here with a bag of chips and said, don't mind me.
Okay, this might be an impossible question for you guys to answer, but do you suspect he is aware that this desire even exists from you guys? Are you under the impression that he consciously knows that people want him to go on a podcast and he's just not doing it?
We so far have not determined a piece of that question, which is he aware of the men?
Do the men exist in his mind at all?
So whether the awareness is there of whether the men want him to be on the podcast.
The men on the podcast.
The men on the podcast.
Now,
The men on the podcast. The podcast is not called The Men. You're talking about the two
That's
men
called The
or
Boys.
men. Okay.
In the hypothetical, though, where someone were to ask him, do you think two men of a certain age with a podcast on your network would want you to appear? I think he would have to say yes. He knows that they would want that.
Well, I guess my
celebrity and
what I would say
funny.
is this. What I have learned from the world of podcasting,
No, go ahead.
and kind of from the world in which kind of you guys exist in the world of Hollywood and all this, it's kind of a transactional world, right? Isn't everything a transaction? So what would
you
be the
said it, boy?
What would be the transaction from the end of the men? Like, what would they provide?
What we offer?
What would we offer? I would say.
This is you guys.
It's easier for me to talk about this if I sort of take on the role.
Hypothetical. Okay.
Jack, you cornered me, you son of a bitch.
Boy,
well, I don't know. I mean, now, so
I had really convinced myself for a second that this wasn't my life.
I did not set out today to play chess with the Grandmaster. And now I'm in checkmate.
So is this what you used to? And I remember how you used to do this on the Efficus now, where you would spend most of your time in answering the questions, revealing the identities of the asker and the subject.
Yes.
For your own pleasure, exposing them.
Yes, it was honestly my first exposure to true gotcha journalism. Oh,
now,
no.
That was a real stressful job, though, I have to say, for a weird reason.
Reason.
Well, yeah, because like everyone thinks of now, like newspapers are just on the internet, but they still make the old physical copy, right? The old physical magazine. So in order to get that printed, I had to sort of have the entire thing done like 9 days before it came out. So then once it was locked and it was going to be in the magazine, I would spend 9 days thinking about how I might be incorrect. And it would just be, it was terrible.
And standards change. Society evolves.
Yes,
and
in 9 days.
People's relationship to, for example, adultery changes on a day-to-day basis.
9 days ago, the way I would have thought about even throwing a football to multiple receivers and how morally objectionable that would be to me. And now to look at it from my current purview with the perfect information that I have, that actually that's good for the team. I would not want that job.
Next question.
Yep.
Okay.
A producer, a man,
podcast
What are they
producer,
producing?
I guess.
this producer is actually producing a podcast.
Okay, podcast production.
So you're thinking of a producer.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a producer, and this is a man who actually produces a podcast.
Okay.
He produces like 17 of them or something, and then every time he drops one, he goes like, "Good news,
Okay.
good news. There's just one. I'm doing one less. Okay, I'll have more time for you." This is how this guy talks.
Really?
Anyway, he's a podcast producer.
Okay.
And he is, he's a little boy. He's from a insanely wealthy insurance dynasty. So then what he even does is like the fact that he's producing podcasts at all, I think is just a fuck you to his old man. It's sort of a joke to him.
Okay.
Or it's another way to profit off people's illness, I guess.
Would you classify this man's father as like wealthy or very rich? Is the father very rich? Like if you looked up this guy on Wikipedia, would it mention the wealth of his father?
The producer likes to say he has freak you money.
Okay. So this producer,
he's a producer. And he has, over the course of several years, sort of burrowed his way under the skin of this podcast, so that he is kind of inextricable without pulling out something crucial to the sort of existence of it.
Is this troubling or is this positive?
It's just part of the. It's become a body part.
There was a time when there have been different times throughout the length of the relationship that it has been both.
Oh, really? At the same time? Simultaneously?
Mm-hmm.
You know how you have like a tick sometimes it gets in like to your feet and you're just like, okay, well, that's like another toe now, basically. Like,
well, that's kind of that's outside the box thinking. That's not really usually simultaneously positive, but okay, I guess it could be. I mean, I guess.
Well, you know, sometimes it feels kind of good.
I mean, you guys come from more of a tick place. Like, I feel like,
boy, I'll say,
in New England there are ticks. Or like you know, like Fire Island, places like that.
Brother, you said it. Yeah.
You get that one tick
My
that
two
like
haunts.
makes you not like red meat or whatever. What's that? Like the Lone Star tick. You familiar with this?
Oh yeah, no.
Yes.
Every single one. We're familiar with.
There's not a tick under the sun.
I don't want to get you off track. So this producer kind of has kind of the Michael Jackson-y voice you described. Wealthy, comes from wealth, and
Michael Jackson, yeah, like 1981.
Yeah, and I'm dating myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Off the wall-ish.
Yes.
Okay.
And this little boy has also burrowed himself into a woman's affection somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the two of them have moved to, let's call it Pittsburgh.
Yeah, let's use a fake name. So it's like Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
For undisclosed reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Well, undisclosed to you or to anyone?
We haven't asked.
Mm-hmm.
Don't care.
Okay. Great.
Would rather not know.
Simplifies it.
It just would, yeah.
And this man, as of right now, the financial arrangement with the podcast is unchanged. Does the podcast have an ethical obligation to adjust the producer boy's payment according to the cost of living in his new home?
Just in terms of the ethics of it. So let's say, and it just as an example, the kind of thing this producer might do. Let's say, just so you have a sense of kind of what he does for the show. So he's, for a long time.
I never know what producers do on these shows.
Yeah. So for a long time, he was sort of boots on the ground in Los Angeles. You would get to the studio, not really do anything we could see, but there was an assumption that something had been set up for us.
He'd make a pizza sandwich for us. Have you ever had a pizza sandwich?
Delicious.
Is that like a Subway
delicious.
sandwich, but it's just like there's just pepperoni and cheese, marinara sauce?
There's cheese and marinara sauce, but it's on bread, like sandwich bread. It's not hot.
Oh, what? It's cold marinara sauce?
Cold marinara.
It's not cold. It's not like.
And the bread's cold.
Not like
the
ice
bread's
cold.
actively cold. The bread comes out of the freezer.
But it's not like frozen. It's like
the marinara sauce, is room temp. But it's a cold room. But
anyways, that's one thing he does.
So that's what he used to do. Now that he's in Pittsburgh, maybe a guest is coming on the show. Hell, maybe he's the ethicist. Sure. And you would maybe see him torturing this person with little technical nitpicks. Pull down menus in QuickTime, etc. Completely ignoring that.
Incredibly annoying.
Completely have a microphone.
Yes.
Like this bullshit.
And the host may sit down and sort of try to engage a little bit, have a little bit like warm banter with the guest prior to the recording starting, and that would be forbidden by this producer who needs to play his sick sort of jigsaw-like games with the different recording menus.
Okay. So you're
just
saying
for power.
The attempt to say warm the guest up, get him comfortable, that's undercut by this technical
Which,
jargon.
which, by the way, is what these podcast hosts would be known for,
Mhm.
is making everyone so comfortable doing the show.
The
It's
guest
just a
is
pleasant
supposed to be
every
hot.
conversation.
The
That's what they
pizza
always
sandwich
say
is
about
supposed to be
podcasts.
cool. Yes.
And
Yes.
podcast is just like guys talking. They always say, guys, people
It's
will often
just-
compliment a podcast by saying it just sounds like dudes at a bar chatting about
Free flowing conversation that occasionally touches on mature subjects.
Yes. Real friends.
Yes.
Instead, we have an expensive boy in Pittsburgh
Mhm.
who, imagine this, if he had been living in Pittsburgh and moved to Los Angeles, I have a feeling we would get yet another text
Mhm.
about how, hey, it's really expensive to live here.
Mhm.
How about a cost of living adjustment?
Mhm. Some sort of transportation fee.
Yes.
Some sort of housing, stipend, and
Something like hooks to area median income,
Mhm.
for example, is our ethical obligation.
but now this
This
guy
is
moves to a
complicated.
fucking palace in the middle of the country.
I mean, this is complicated for a couple of reasons.
Mm.
One,
Yeah.
you keep calling him a boy. Is he a minor? Is this a child? Or are you just is that a kind of a pejorative way you refer to him?
And he's a major child.
Okay.
He's like a fucking little baby.
The cost of living thing is confusing because I've been seeing these ads from a mayoral candidate, Spencer Pratt. It actually looks real cheap to live in LA. It seems like there's lots of places you can just live. So I don't know if the cost of living is really a problem.
So he is actually the one making those ads. He's been very involved in.
Really?
And
Yeah,
that,
the producer is he's moonlighting. He's always
Mm-hmm.
doing 19 other shows, and then he's got time to work with Spencer Pratt. That's what he calls him because he has an expense account with the campaign.
But you're wondering if ethically you can reduce his salary because
I wonder if
If
we have a moral
an
obligation,
obligation. If,
you're okay.
Mhm.
Are you? Yeah.
just from an ethical standpoint.
Yes. Well, I mean, I suppose one could argue that like you need to even you refer to him as like a boy, like needs to learn the value of a dollar, right?
Boy, it could help him, huh?
Yeah, and maybe it might be to his benefit in a way to make less.
Chuck,
If
that's
you consider
right.
that.
It's
If you
for
consider
him.
that, possibly.
I don't want to take his money away, but how else is he going to understand?
Mhm.
Exactly.
And
He
for
makes the
his
same
own
amount in
son.
Pittsburgh he did in LA.
Mhm.
Oh, it's Pittsburgh.
Oh,
It's the city.
you know what?
Is the town because
You know
I thought
what?
maybe some kind of weird like sex town outside of Vegas, the way you were describing it before. But it was like that's Pittsburgh. Is a kind of underrated.
He did
city.
go to
You guys
Vegas a
been
lot,
there?
and he didn't gamble.
He-
Yeah.
And that's now making me wonder: is there a Pittsburgh there that was actually where
He
he was
would-
spending a lot of the time?
go to Vegas to smoke cigars. And now that I'm thinking about it, like that doesn't really, why would you go all the way? You can do that here.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like it requires travel.
But he does say you can have a sex town anywhere. Like,
Yeah, that's sort of a famous
Hmm.
saying of his.
Okay. Okay. Question 3.
Okay, so
and we're back with Chuck Klosterman. The book is
the book is
Footballs.
Footballs, and
What are we coming back from?
we're-
You keep saying, are there going to be ads dropped in here? Is this like real lucrative, or you keep saying
Fingers
we're back?
crossed,
we're going to do the beginning of this at the end. So like we're gonna sorry, did he not explain this to you? Like we
This is why we have to cut his pay.
always kind of like we heat up over the course of
Mhm.
the show.
The show gets
we're
really
fourth
good.
quarter guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And we want that energy at the
Yes.
beginning.
To launch us, because otherwise people will
beginning-
turn the show off. If
Yeah,
people hear the
beginning-
beginning of the show first, they turn it off.
Yeah.
It was boring. Our early interaction was boring.
Yes.
No, the
Like,
whole thing has been bad. But the other thing I'll say, Chuck, is when you ask whether we're gonna have ads, dress for the job you want. Host
Oh,
for
yeah.
the podcast you want.
Mhm.
And there's sort of a fake it till you make it. I think if we do enough coming back from an ad break, those ads are gonna find their way to us.
Well, I've always thought a good idea for a podcast would be to do ads for like you have no relationship to the product yet. Like you think you actually like the thing, you pitch it, and then you'd think the company would hear that, knowing that it's a sincere, endorsement, and then they would come in later and say like, okay, keep
this.
keep promoting, like whatever it is, whatever the
I'll take that.
Yeah, so it'd be like, these guys love this shampoo.
Yeah.
Obviously, they love this shampoo.
Modern
for real.
mammals, etc. Yeah.
Or just send the invoice, right? Don't even do it.
Yeah.
Just send out
Just
whatever.
Send them an invoice.
You send
they're
out,
going to check. They're going to listen to the
500
whole thing.
invoices. Yeah, not everyone is going to.
They're going to
pay, but like
have to deal
like
with
maybe
it.
3 will.
Mm-hmm.
More of a gamble.
Guess we
And
advertise
that's $75. Like
really picture it. I guess the third question would be, if there was a man, maybe he's a podcast host, maybe he's not, who, through some sort of deceit or trickery, was able to get the Mandalorian's friend Grogu to use his force choke powers on him in order to participate in some sort of autoerotic asphyxiation activity. Is that morally wrong for Grogu to be unaware that he's participating in a kink? Just before you answer.
Okay.
I just need to say it because I can already hear the comments. This is a hypothetical question anyway. The term Baby Yoda is a misnomer. Grogu's at least 50 years old.
It's not,
which is older than me, older than this man in the example as well.
It's not canon. Like everyone calling him that is actually the sick one, you could argue.
Yes. Disgusting.
This is a transaction between adults. Everything else aside, like this is 2 adults.
And potentially, Grogu may be willing to participate in this with the knowledge, but that would then not feel as good to the man.
Wait a sec. Oh, this is interesting now. So you're saying that in order for this to have like the maximum erotic power, the Baby Yoda has to be in some way tricked into this?
He's choosing to force choke. Maybe it's a training exercise, something like this. It's going to leave him quite tired.
At the very least, can we please call him Yoda the grown-up?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Or I don't know. Like, what's
Yoda of a certain age?
You can't really call him an adult Yoda, though, right? That wouldn't make sense.
Oh, he's not old Yoda, but I think he is. I think he's a grown-up.
And it's also what is this one's relationship to Yoda? Is that explained? I didn't watch The Mandalorian. Is
Me neither.
Some people call the Baby Yoda? I guess I initially assumed that was just really young.
They do sort of imply it. He wears a locket with a broken heart picture inside that has like real Yoda in it. So they are divorced.
One half is Yoda.
Divorced? So they're what?
Grogu and Yoda, and again, it's not like spelled out in the show. Like the implication is that
one thing I like about the show,
they are divorced.
I haven't seen it, but one thing I like about it is the way they do sort of bury these. They kind of leave the information there for the audience to come pick it up. They don't force feed it to you. And so, there's this locket, and every now and then at the top or bottom of a scene, you'll see Grogu sort of looking longingly at the broken heart photo of Yoda.
Okay, so we're first of all, we're all in agreement. There's no element of use of a child. We're looking at this thing as an adult. The thing is an adult.
There's another way to look at it. He's over 50 years old.
Everyone's an adult.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I guess what's even the potential problem then? I mean, what do you like?
This individual, if I can just say, this individual is committing crimes on behalf of the Empire in order to goad this.
Oh, wait a second. Now you finally framed this. So what the idea here is someone is using this What was Groku? You say his name is Baby Yoda's Groku? Is that it?
Grogu.
Grogu. Okay, Grogu.
It's
Okay.
fine.
Someone,
It's fine.
someone
Yes.
is committing like genocide or whatever, blowing up planets on behalf of
Come
the
on,
Empire.
he's bought a
Or whatever.
Genocide.
I'm just saying.
He
just
bought
an
a
example.
mine.
Killing one guy.
He's bought a mine. He's enslaved an
killing-
entire town.
Stole
They're
a
sending.
pod racer.
He's a
Okay,
minor
yeah.
character. He's sending the.
Somebody minor. He kills a tauntaun for fun, but this causes the creature to
Mhm.
then,
Grogachu.
Punish
force
him
grip.
with a force choke.
and the idea is then he will masturbate while this is happening.
He's gonna give it his best shot. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know now because it's like, would he have
You
committed?
caught
the
up on whether the crime is wrong. Oh, would he have committed the
Well, no,
crime
would
if
he have,
not?
if he was going to kill, and just in this hypothetical, he's going to just kill the tauntaun anyways for sport, then this is just sort of an add-on.
Yeah,
thing,
it's
right?
just a consequence.
If he's killing these things, if he's doing these crimes in order to cause this thing to do, and otherwise would never happen, I guess I got to say it's unethical.
Then
real
the
problem.
then the
I don't
ethics
know.
become sticky.
Yeah. Yeah.
It barely got on the episode too.
Mm-hmm.
It was implied by Mr. Favreau
Mm-hmm.
that it was going to be potentially like a star-making, like if this could all be filmed,
That this character would then become
potentially like a backdoor pilot to like
sort
you
of
know.
the new
Mm.
Lando or whatever.
See, this is why it would have been much more interesting to be the ethicist for like the LA Times, where the questions would be more like this.
This is the
Whereas like
this is
most of the
stuff.
questions I got were mostly from rabbis or lawyers or women who were breastfeeding. Those were the three people who asked the most questions to the ethicist.
What they want to know about breastfeeding? What was
Well,
wrong
it was
about
always issues. There was always issues about the ethics of it.
and
It
I
came
bust
up.
it out wherever I want.
Yeah. Well, not so much that. It was more like, if I recall, it
Yeah,
had
'cause you can.
often to do with like the idea of kind of shaming people or forcing people to breastfeed.
Yeah.
And some people couldn't. The use of formula. It just came up more than I would have. I would not have anticipated that.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't think the question of should I be shaming people would come up that much.
And you would say what? Just like
oh, I can't even remember.
Do
now.
your
That was a
thing.
long time ago. It was like
Yeah.
10 some
Go
years,
off.
15 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What do you want to talk about?
we're back with Chuck Klosterman. The book
The
is
book is
Footballs.
It's huge. He's telling us Jim Thorpe's the GOAT, not Tom Brady. Okay, I didn't mean to spoil the whole chapter, but let's hear it. Not the whole thing, just, is that true?
Well, the argument is that yes, that for greatness, it's really an argument about how one gauges greatness.
Okay, let's do this. Tom Brady's Paul McCartney, Peyton Manning is John Lennon, Drew Brees is George Harrison, Phil Rivers is Ringo. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong,
I don't
Chuck.
know. Actually, that's not bad. Well, wait a second. Tom Brady was Paul, and Peyton was
Brady's
John.
Paul and Peyton's John. You want to flip
That
them?
needs to be reversed. I think.
Flip 'em.
Probably. Gotta flip.
Brady's
probably.
John, Peyton's Paul, Brees is
Wishing
George.
death on
Ringo
Tom
because
Brady.
Peyton was more the technician, it's
Mhm.
sort of like, and whereas, and Tom Brady is sort of the grit, all that coming out. So but it's not bad. Philip Rivers is Ringo. That's kind of an interesting one. I don't know how, Ringo doesn't have like 19 kids or whatever. That's first I was trying to figure this, if that was the connection, but Yeah.
I was thinking more about the football part of it just because of your book or whatever, but
No, but see, just to be, the thing about that is the argument that I make in this book, that if you're trying to classify something, because the most talented football player of all time is always going to be who's ever the most talented player right now because of the way the world improves and technology changes. But if you're going to call something great, it needs to be the first elite rendering of something whose qualities still exist in the modern version.
So that would mean that the podcasters
Yes.
who
That would be
are doing a podcast right now,
Mm-hmm.
today,
Yep.
this morning,
Mm-hmm.
are the best podcasters to ever do it before in the world.
Well, if somebody, do you feel like the best podcasts of all time are in our past? That there was a golden age of podcasting that's now over? I don't know if that's
Oh, no. Our best episodes are ahead of us. That we are looking forward. If you even think about how much better this episode has gotten from when we started.
And didn't we tell you
that we were going to warm up into it?
Mhm.
And isn't this feel like now that we started talking about music and football, like all of a sudden it's like, whoa, like this is like, yes, we are on a rocket. I think the next episode we do after this, that is going to be number one, baby. Ever.
Well, okay. You can, putting that aside, what was your greatest episode? Do you feel like you guys look back on these 600 and some pods you've done and be like, that was the apex? This is when we really did it?
Yeah, I guess.
Who was the guest?
who was it? Who just popped into your head?
Well,
Because this is Malcolm, right? It's Blink.
it's Blink.
Whoever
Yeah.
Whoever just popped into your head is who it is.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you who
it's
mine is
true.
too, but you say.
Say it at the same time.
Okay, go ahead.
1, 2, 3.
Mike
Mike Lawrence.
Well, there you go. I guess there's a real kind of agreement on this. It's like,
That was amazing. He's right. Malcolm was right.
Yeah. Malcolm's, I mean, you know, the guy sees something about people that they don't necessarily see in themselves.
Chuck,
He writes about it.
and the book is Footballs, and we're back with Chuck Klosterman.
Chuck Klosterman.
You are
He's here.
you brag about being friends with the octopus that predicts the Super Bowl in the book. What's
Okay.
he saying about this season? And how did you guys become such good friends?
Mm-hmm. My octopus friend.
you may be. That was not in the book. I don't think. I don't think in the final version. There was
Again, it's a little Mandalorian
Kevin.
masking that we read between the lines.
Kevin, are you there?
What's up?
You explicitly said that he would exclusively on our show talk about how he's friends with the octopus that knows
Predicts
about the Super Bowl and would tell us what was going to happen at every single game this season.
I did. Period. Sorry. That sounded like in between a question and a statement. But I did.
There are different kinds of intelligence, aren't there, Chuck? For instance, your
There are,
octopus
yes,
friend has.
that's yeah. Also, do
Yeah.
your listeners realize that you, the one I'm talking to you, wears the exact same hat as the producer? Why is that? Are you supposed to wear the same hat?
This is like part of his, part of his
His sick
control he
game.
has over us.
It's Ripley's game. He's
this
playing
tick that's
Ripley's
inside
game, and
me,
he's
yeah.
not even hiding it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well,
Do you
know,
want one, Chuck? Is that why you're asking?
why?
We can get you a
What
hat back hat, Chuck.
Well, I didn't expect it.
We have to pay, Anchorman some of the money, but yeah.
Same hat. Well, I would love to have insight about, this octopus scenario, but are you basing this? Was there like some news story about an octopus who did this? It seems vaguely familiar to me.
Probably, yeah,
You try to stay away from the news.
several dozen.
Yeah,
news
well, because
stories
there's
about
always
octopus.
often like the animal picks something, and you have for the NCAA tournament or something, they'll like put like every team, all 64 teams, onto like golf balls or something, and they'll see like if a
Bananas.
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then it's which banana the octopus eats.
Yeah. This isn't that. This is a super intelligent octopus who chooses the winner of the Super Bowl, maybe is influencing who wins in the
Mhm.
choice.
It's
But is
unclear.
Always correct.
Yes, if the octopus can see the future or create it.
Mm-hmm. Whether it's an alien life force that actually is able to manipulate reality to fit whatever it decides.
Or sees time as a cohesive block.
Is already aware the Super Bowl has already happened for the octopus and is happening right now and will happen again.
I mean, the octopus is a pretty interesting creature. I'm sure you've seen the footage of like the octopus who can like escape from its cage.
This is the same one.
Same one.
Same exact guy.
And it can like kind of become different colors.
Camouflage, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. That's how he announces what
The
team
murder
is going
of
to
the
win.
sea.
He puts on a helmet.
Yeah.
What if you throw in the idea that it can like travel through time, or it's like it can
that
see
it is
the future? I don't think-
experiencing that
I've
it is
never seen
experiencing
I've
time
never-
as. Yeah.
I mean, we're all traveling through time. Aren't
yeah.
we?
I mean, I've been
Well, I guess
traveling through time the whole
technically, yes, but-
episode.
We're not really like
Feels a little long.
astral projecting, I guess, into the future. I mean, that would. I suppose though, if we think the octopus can pick the Super Bowl, he has to travel through time, right?
And we're
Because-
back with Chuck
Yes, he
Klosterman.
is.
The name of the book is Football.
It's about an octopus that can travel through time.
What's
Yeah,
the name of the next book?
What are we doing
Yeah,
next?
the next book. There's actually a book coming out in the fall.
What?
Weird. We have 2 books this year.
Chuck, you're too busy.
I wrote one book entirely. The publisher declined to publish it, so it was too weird. So then I wrote the football book. They put that out. So then I took the other book to a different publisher, and now they're putting it out in the fall.
Rub their nose in it. And what's the weird one?
It's just called Rock.
And it's fiction, nonfiction. I know we do both.
I had sort of wondered, Chuck, and I didn't want to correct you about this at the time, but when you wrote Sex, Drugs, and Cocoa Puffs,
Mhm.
I was like, I think this is a mistake.
Yeah.
And that book was supposed to be called Sex, Drugs, and Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so now that you're doing Rock, is it sort of making
Makeup?
amends?
It's a make good, isn't it? We have to do those for our advertisers all the time. A little bit of a make good comes up frequently.
Yeah, in retrospect, I mean, I don't know if this is a makeup, but it was pretty stupid to have Cocoa Puffs in the title of a book when I look back at it now.
Oh,
It's like that was because I had a different title for that book, and then they were like, no, this title makes no sense whatsoever. And then like I said, well, you just want something like, I don't know, Sex, Drugs, and Cocoa Puffs, and they were like, yes. And I was still young. I wasn't successful or anything. I had no leverage. I couldn't say like we're not sticking with the they wouldn't stick with the original title. So then now I have to live with this. That I don't love the title of that book. It seems kind of idiotic to me, but that's what the title is.
What's the original title that you wanted?
American Minotaur.
Ooh, interesting.
That was
because
their reaction.
they were horny. The guys in it were horny.
No.
Bye.
No, that would be it's unseemly that you would even suggest that would be.
Well, we're experiencing now a little bit of the Tory paradox, aren't we?
Bye.
You've learned. You're making all these references. Wow, it's like this is proof that you were well informed. Right? How old are you guys?
Bye.